Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Cody with Texas Drone View, and this is the review of the Mavic 4 Pro Fly More combo. So today we are out in sunny Texas. It's about 95 degrees, about 300% humidity, what it feels like anyway. We got the Mavic 4 Pro Fly More combo. We're testing it out. We're gonna see some of the positives, negatives, and how it compares to the Mavic 3 Pro. We use the Mavic 3 Pro with our real estate commercial photography business. We love the drone, it does awesome, no complaints. It's always done its job. Got an amazing camera on it. We picked this up a couple weeks ago. We've done a little testing with it, working out settings, etc. with remote, the drone. So today we're gonna fly it for a little bit and give you guys a little glimpse of what it is. So we got the drone all ready. We are going to take off. All permissions airspace wise are good. So let's get this thing rolling. So we got a little bit of wobble right when it starts up, which I've seen other people describe, so I know it's we thought something was wrong with it, or propellers were weighted wrong or something, which that might be the case. So we've got it on standby right now. Rotors started, propellers started, and let's take it off and get it going. So first things we noticed when we were taking it off the other day is the landing and taking off. We usually will take it off from the ground, so it's not a big deal with the Mavic 3 Pro. The Mavic 4 Pro, it rests more on the bottom, and it seems like it would be very easy to get scratched or whatnot. That's kind of an unfortunate design that they put on this. As long as you take it off from some kind of pad, something like that, should never have any issue. We got winds about 8 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, with gusts at like 14, 15 miles an hour. So it seems like it's holding very, very well. It's got a little fluctuation. With the Mavic 3 Pro, if it was anything over 10 mile an hour, you definitely will see it adjusting itself. So let's get this up in the air. So we're going to run some basic tests with this. So we're in normal mode right now. First things first, I want to try to check out the agility, speeds. So let's crank it up a little. All right, so we're sitting at about almost 70 feet. We got a lot of air traffic today. I love the air safe that's included in these Mavic, well, all DJI products. But it's a game changer. I know obviously you can hear a plane, but it just gives you that extra sense of security. So we'll run a speed test. We're in normal mode right now. So we'll just do a couple quick laps back and forth, kind of see what speeds we're getting. So we're hitting just about 40 miles an hour. So we hit 40.2. We might be getting a headwind or tailwind. So let's run this back this way and see, or a crosswind. See what kind of speeds we get coming this way. So yeah, we're definitely, it's about the same, must be a crosswind. So just about the same, maybe half a mile an hour slower coming this direction. So let's switch over to sport mode and see what that's looking like. So in the settings on this, you can change the top speed in sport mode to 60 point something, I believe. So we up that. We'll see how that looks. All right. Oh yeah, big difference, as it should be, sport mode. So we hit 55 miles an hour going that direction. We might have to change directions here and go east-west just to see. Well, this is pretty accurate. Yeah, we have crosswind, but it gives you an idea. So right here we're hitting a lot slower, 40 miles an hour. So let's adjust this going east to west. Sorry, south. So we're gonna go basically south to north and see what kind of speeds we're hitting. So that's 50 to, okay, so we're getting some higher speeds going that way. And this is probably only a 10-acre lot, so we don't have too much room, but you know, how long should it take to really get to that top speed? Fly back this way. .42. So we're capping about 41, 42 right there. I did just do a firmware update on it. I'm not sure, I haven't gotten a chance to look and see what exactly that firmware update was, but I feel like it almost slowed it a little bit. Let's run back the west to east direction. So that's hitting 40, 41. All right. Let's run it back east to west. Let's move it up a little bit, see if that helps at all. This thing is a lot quieter excuse me, than the Mavic 3 Pro. I definitely noticed that. So let's line it up. It almost kind of glides through the air. It's definitely a lot more smooth than the Mavic 3 Pro. More than I was expecting. Nothing crazy, but definitely noticeable. So let's run it back. Okay, there's the speeds we're looking for. 52, 53, 55, 56, 57 and a half. So probably if we had more room, it could probably hit that top speed. When we came out here the other day and did some basic maneuver testing, we were hitting 55 a lot quicker. So it could be crosswinds, headwinds. We did every direction, so I don't know. I'll have to look and see if that firmware might have adjusted anything on it. Humidity definitely could play a part in it. Man, these cameras are amazing on these Mavic drones. So let's run a couple other tests here. Let's bring it back our direction. It's definitely quick. All right, so let's drop it down to almost landing level. I kind of want to see the vertical speed on this thing of the 0 to 400-ish and see what kind of speeds we're looking at on that. So here is pretty much as low as it's going to let you go without trying to auto land. And this is sitting at what? That's not calibrated right. It says 11 feet. That's not right at all. So we're probably sitting at like 3 feet. Got a manned aircraft. Where is it at? No, that's a bird. Your sensing is wrong. Just kidding. It's here somewhere. I can hear it. That's another thing with these drones, the Mavics. I don't know. I'm sure that birds like all drones, but it seems that the hawks and other large birds out here in Texas take a liking to them. There's been a couple close calls filming out in rural areas where these hawks don't see these things or obviously know what they are. They just think it's dinner and they'll go for it. All right, so let's do our vertical test. So we're sitting at about 3 feet off the ground, give or take. So we're gonna run it from 3 feet up to our cap is like 395. So we'll run that and see kind of what speed we're looking like on that. So we're started timing. 53 seconds. So once we hit that ceiling, all right, so that took about 17 seconds to run from 3 feet to 395 feet. Yeah, the sound on this thing just sounds amazing. It just sounds so peaceful gliding through the air. It's got some good control. So let's kind of run it a little bit and see what this thing's capable of. It's very smooth in handling. It is not choppy, very easy to handle. I am bummed that the Fly More combo only has the RC2 remote and not the new remote, especially for the price on these things. It's not a bad remote, but even the Mavic 3 Pro, depending on what model you get, will come with the smart controller. And DJI they did have an update for that remote to allow compatibility with the new Mavic 4, but here in the US they don't allow you to, they allow you to download it but not actually install it on the remote. So I'm sure that once they start selling them here officially, you will be able to install that update and use that old remote. So that's what we plan on doing. I know the new remotes are cool and all, but I don't know if it's worth the $1,400 price tag just to be able to flip the screen. I know that, you know, the buttons or the toggle joysticks, whatever you want to call them, are built in, and that's a nice little feature. I mean, it's not huge, but it's kind of one of those where you have to decide, you know, is $1,400 worth putting some joysticks, thumbsticks in, and being able to rotate the screen. Even on the normal controller, you just hit the button right above the zoom and it'll flip the camera. It won't do it while it's filming, but I mean, for something that's included, it's good. The brightness is kind of not the best on this. That's another kind of complaint that I have with this remote being outside. If you're in the sun, in the shade, obviously it's a different story, but being in the sun, it makes it a little difficult to see exactly what you want to be able to see. So the brightness on that new remote is a lot brighter. So I mean, we might get one and just use it with it. But we just want to get the hang of this drone, get the feel for it, see all the kinks it has if we want to end up using these for our real estate business. I mean, the camera, that's the selling point really for this thing. It is just smooth as butter. Watch out for telephone poles, kids. So I have seen a couple people say in their reviews, we watched many reviews before we bought it because we were trying to decide if it was worth it for our company or not. About the auto landing, some people are having some issues. Maybe that might have been in the last firmware update, working out the bugs a little bit. A lot of the stuff with new drones and new technology, it's just about working out the kinks and firmware updates. Firmware updates will fix so much of the issues. So let's throw the auto land on and see if we have any kind of issues with that. So let's take, we'll just leave screen recording on. So in the US, you can register the drone with the DJI website and through them to get the warranty, etc. The only thing is they don't offer any of the DJI care, and buying in another country, no one will really know until they release them here and see kind of how they want to handle that. So let's do auto land on this and see. Well, that's just doing a straight land. I won't return to home. Let's do controller. Let's do controller and see how accurate it is. All right, there we go. So let's get the landing. I don't know why the auto return to home is not. Oh, it's because I did a manual takeoff. That would be why. So let's move this over a little bit and see. Oh, excuse me. Let's retake it off. From the launch pad and see how that looks. There it is. Perfect. So yeah, we definitely started using the landing pad because after the first couple takeoffs, it will definitely do some wear on the bottom of it. So I would recommend getting a landing pad to avoid any extra scuffs. So let's auto take off and see how accurate this is. All right, so let's just move it around. Return to home. Come on home. So that's definitely different. The Mavic 3 return to home, it would hover right above the location and just go straight down. This kind of flew in from an angle. See how accurate this is. With the Mavic 3 return to home, so it was about 6 inches back off of the landing pad, which is to be expected. The Mavic 3 Pro, that thing, return to home on it would be, 2 or 3 feet within range of where you took it off from. So let's try it one more time. Let's center it in the middle of the landing pad and get a more accurate idea of how far we are off. Or on, I guess. All right, so that's centered right in the middle of the landing pad. Let's take it off. Let's go somewhere. All right, let's move it a little farther away this time and see how it acts. All right, that's good. Let's return to home. Battery life definitely is longer than the Mavic 3, we've noticed. Even pushing them, we've gotten, pushing in sport mode, we'll get about 35 minutes. Oh, so it drops in. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so this kind of like slowly drops in, almost like a helicopter lands-ish. So that's different. See how accurate you are. That was spot on. That was a good landing with that. All right. So that was a cool test. So the rubber feet on the bottom do help a little bit, but you're within 1/4 of an inch on the bottom of here from those sensors. If only they were able to tuck those in a little bit more or something like that, that would be. But I never had any issue, with the Mavic 3, and those are pretty close as well, but I'm just not a huge fan of how it sits on the ground. I wish these were maybe a little bit taller on the back, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So this is day 1 of testing out the Mavic 4 Pro. We're gonna do some more tests tomorrow. It's getting too hot. It's getting way hot. We'll do some comparisons between the 3 and 4. We'll run our 3. Maybe we'll do some speed tests on that. Maybe the wind won't be as much tomorrow, or next time we film. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. But so that about concludes our day 1 of testing the Mavic 4 Pro. We did a couple various tests today. We don't have a lot of time left today to film. It's getting just way too hot out here in Texas. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.